Welcome once again to the Autodesk Ecotec tutorial session. My name is Akshay Patel, and in this tutorial we'll be learning about how to set the project preferences. So as we can see over here, there is a small black icon which will give you access to the project preferences settings, or the another way is by going through the file menu, and here you have the user preferences or the project preferences. When we click over here, this is the pop-up window that we get. In the general tabs, you will have information about the files and the directories that are associated with your project. We need not make any changes unless you have changed your file path or anything like that. In the modeling tab, you have the sampling grid size. The sampling grid size is not the size of the grid that you are going to be using for creating 3D model, but this parameter basically reflects the accuracy of the analysis results that you are expecting. For example, if we consider 1 feet, a size of 1 feet by 1 feet will be considered or demarcated on a particular building element such as a wall or a floor or ceiling for the analysis purpose. The smaller the value you specify over here, the more accurate results you will be getting. Then you have a default zone height parameter over here. This parameter is nothing but the floor to floor height in your building model. Ecotec does not provide any option for creating levels having different floor to floor heights. It considers only on the same floor to floor height for each level. Then in this parameter over here, this is basically used to represent the sharpness of your 3D model. If you specify a low option over here, your model will look like a very rough sketch. If you specify the best option over here, it will be obviously presented in a very sharp line kind of format. So again, in the selection highlight, basically whenever you want to select a particular object or an element in the 3D model, it gets highlighted. So these are basically used settings related to highlighting that particular selected object. You can either specify a color, or you can display it in the form of double lines or triple line, fat line, etc. Then the selection radius over here means a radius within which you need to click in order to select that particular object. For example, if you want to select a line, a particular line, you will have to click within this particular radius in order to select that particular line. Then in the localization tab, you have options for setting the unit system that you want for your project. You have the SI system, or basically the meter and millimeter type of system, the US standard system, which is a foot-pound system. You can also customize it, and here also you can specify the dimension system that you want for your 3D modeling. And then in the currency symbol, this is basically the type of currency that you want your calculations to be presented into. Like for example, you can have your cost estimation in the form of dollars or pounds and euros, etc. Then you can also save the settings, and obviously you can load it into any other project that you want. Then in the options menu, again you have a very generalized kind of settings. Like for example, if you want the computer to prompt you when you create a particular zone, so that you can do it by checking this. You can also ask the computer to assign random colors to a newly created zone, then and stuff like that. So these are kind of very general settings that you may want for creating your project. Then in the cursor snap, you have basically options for turning on and off the the snap points. These are basically very helpful in while creating the 3D model. You can also specify the snap distance and the snap angle. Then in this last tab over here, we have options for the first option is basically creating a window or a door or a panel at the center of the particular object, such as a wall. If you check this, whenever you insert a child object such as a window or a door, it will get installed at the center of that particular parent object. Then adjust non-coplanar node orthogonally means when you have a particular window on a particular wall, and if you want to rotate or move that wall, that particular parent object, that is the wall or the window of the wall, it will also get shifted if you have clicked on this. And then this is in the automatically fix alternate materials for adjacent surfaces means whenever you have two zones created side by side, there will be a common wall between the two zones. So if you have checked in this box over here, it will automatically assign the alternate materials to those different walls. So this is pretty much about the user preferences. In the next tutorial, we'll be learning more about how to set the grid for creating your 3D model. Thank you.